Well, since I had my last video, and I apologize for that, life has been rather busy, but I believe that there are a few things that people need to talk about. So, to start out, the first thing that a friend of mine, had talked to me about mentioning is grandparents who undermine parents. Now, this is commonplace where I come from, where grandparents think that it's not bad to go behind a parent's back and give the child what they want. Well, I can understand that. That's your grandbaby. And your grandbaby is unlike anything else you've ever had. So, I'm not saying you're a bad grandparent, but please do keep in mind that what you're hurting is actually the parent child relationship. Yeah, you may think, okay, I gave the kid ice cream. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is the mother or father said no. What you're teaching the child in question then is when mommy and daddy say no, I can go to grandma or grandpa and I can get what I want. And that's not an attitude that we want for our children. We want our children to be respectful of others, as well as respectful for someone else's property. If you teach a child that it's okay to get what I want through deceiving means or going behind the back of an authoritative figure, chances are that child's going to grow up thinking they can do that no matter what the situation is. So, first off, I'm not calling anybody a bad grandparent. I'm not calling anybody a bad parent. I'm not saying your children are grow up to be thieves or murderers or anything like that. No. But the next time that your grandbaby asks you for something and the parent has said no, at least talk to the parent first, find out why, and keep in mind, I mean, this isn't your child. It is your grandchild. Yes, but it is not your child. You are not the one that has to be responsible for this child's actions. You're not the one that is going to weigh heavily upon. You see your grandbaby as what it is, a blessing, a love, something that is the most amazing thing that's ever happened since your children were born. Granted, they are, but they're also people. So remember to at least give good morals to these children. This is going to waylay into my next topic. Our world today is a scary place. Now, I look young. I'm still relatively young. I'm not 30 yet, but where I grew up, you grow up quickly. You have to. Also, the things I've experienced in my lifetime, whereas people may say, well, I've seen the Twin Towers fall, I've seen war, I've seen terrorism, I've seen a lot of bad things. I have seen injustice, and I've been on the side of the losing battle for justice for a lot of causes. We're all people, you and I, no matter what our skin color, what our ethnic background, what our religion, our orientation, no matter what we are, we're people. And we all suffer. We all struggle. We all are terrified of what's out there. The Manchester attacks come to mind. That was a horrific event. But we shouldn't hate the people that did it. We should wonder what's wrong with them. Yes, they hurt children, they hurt people, they hurt adults, they hurt a lot of people. But we shouldn't hate people because they did something wrong and they themselves are hurting. Life is like a reflective pond. And if you've ever been a kid and played in water, you know that when you throw a rock in, the waves go out, hit the rim of the pond, and come back. The bigger the rock you throw in, though, the bigger the waves that are coming back are going to be, even if it's a small rock. So, if we want to stop the hate in the world, let's start with ourselves. I mean, none of us are perfect. None of us have all the answers, and none of us are going to live forever. Our future that we talk about, it's not for us. 10, 20 years from now is not for us. It's for the kids. The kids that are growing up now. I mean, what kind of legacy do you want to leave them? I want people to one day walk down the street and not look at people based on the color of their skin or who they're holding the hand of or what religion they're praying. I want that to be nothing because to you as an individual, it does mean nothing. What someone does to make it through this life does not mean anything to anyone else because we all have things we use to make it through this life. Be you Christian, Muslim, Jewish, so what? So what if someone prays differently? So what if someone loves differently? Do you know how fucked up this life is? Do you know how scary this life is? Do you know how hard it is? Also, please never tell someone that they have an easy life. You don't know what's going on behind those doors. You don't know what's going on in their head. No one has an easy life. Life is not easy. If life was easy, everybody would be a millionaire living on the beach somewhere. So please, start thinking about what you do in the world. Ask your loved ones, how do they see you at your worst times when you're angry or upset? How do you come off? What are you putting out there in the world? Ask that question. See what people say. Think about that. Because at the end of the day, we're always hurting somebody else, even if we don't mean to. We may not know it, we may not think it's possible, but everyone gets hurt at least once a day. You know, I'm thinking about my mom a lot with this. And it's the part of my mother has always been a good woman. She may not have always been a perfect woman, and she will never be a perfect woman. I was raised by a group of very strong willed, amazing women. I love them all very much. But you know, your parents have problems. Your grandparents, your people have problems. Everybody's got a problem they have on their shoulder. They're just not telling you. And I know a lot of people probably talk crap about my mom, but my mom raised two kids living in a very poor situation, and we made it. We're stronger adults now. We may not go by everyone's idea of a good person, but we do our best to help others. We are kind when we need to be and mean when we need to be. Unfortunately, life requires a little bit of spunk. So, for that, I thank you, Mom, and I love you. You gave me and Courtney the strength to survive in a world that is unforgiving. So, tonight, I know I don't have very many people watching the videos, but tonight, think about that. Think about what the generation before gave you, what you're giving to the next. Ask your wives, husbands, kids, lovers, ask your dog. They're smart. How do you come across, even in the best of times and the worst of times? What do you give out there? Keep in mind what you put out there in the world. Well, that's all for today, kitties. Sorry about the wait. I'll try to get these out more regularly, I promise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.